My YouTube channel. Welcome to another video of an amazing content I'm going to be creating. So today I'm going to be doing an n8n automation project. So n8n is a new technology that is being used to kind of do a whole lot of automation. So in case maybe you have workflows and you really don't want to implement them by yourself every single time, there's a way n8n helps you to do that. n8n helps you to create a trigger, and that trigger starts the workflow, and then the workflow proceeds and gets completed. So it's doing so much right now. There have been a lot of content on n8n automation, and there's been a lot that content creators have also created. So I'm just making just one easy project to show you how to automate sending messages to your Slack group. So take for instance this one of the project I just did. Maybe you have like a channel where you want to like post updates regularly. You can just call your test app, which is integrated to n8n, and then you can just put in a question: give me updates on, let's say, JavaScript, or let me say TypeScript, and then from the workflow you do the tests workflow, and then it's executing the workflow and waiting for like some so it's completed and it's waiting for the trigger. So if I just send this from here, give me updates on TypeScript, and then it's going to run, and then it's going to execute the workflow and give me a response. So yeah, you can see that. Sure, TypeScript is a programming language that builds on JavaScript by adding static typing. It's widely used in web development and is constantly being updated with new features and improvements to make coding easier and more efficient. So so instead of trying to go to the web to do the whole research on this TypeScript, for instance, I just simply need to just come here to my channel and then ask the application which I created that it should give me responses, and then it triggers the workflow from n8n, and it does this. So there are a whole lot of use cases for this. Maybe you have a channel for your business where you want to like give real-time updates from the internet. Instead of you going every time to just start searching the web, you just want to just call this out, and then you get your response straight into your Slack group or Slack channel. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to implement this. So it's not going to be so hard. I'm going to be showing you how to implement this. So thing you want to do, you want to install node.js. So this environment is very crucial for running this application, and you just simply want to come here to maybe download this as a file if maybe you want to go through that route, or if maybe you want to install it straight from your terminal. You just come, you copy your code here, and then you take it to your terminal and then you run it. So I've already gone through this stage, so I don't need to install node.js again. But if you don't have it installed in your system, you have to install that first. And then the next thing you want to do, you want to come over and then you install your n8n, and to do that, just simply put npm install n8ng, and this code, when you run this code, it helps to install the n8n application into your system. So I've already done that before, so no need for me to run the code again. And then after installing it, the very thing you want to do, you want to create the npm server local within your local host, and to do that, just simply need to put in n8n start, and that triggers the whole creation of the local server, which would be the region or place where you would be running and creating the n8n workflows. So I just simply need to go to this local host, or just press O from here, and then it takes me straight up to the place where I'm going to be seeing the ability to work and play around with the n8n. So it's going to take me straight here. So so this is where I am, and we can start creating. So the very first thing you want to do, you want to come here, create a workflow, and then it creates a workflow, and then it adds this portion here which enables us to add the nodes. So For you to be able to add in notes, because notes are what helps us to work around with this n8n. So you want to come here, then you can put in Slack. So Slack, and just come here. Then I want to put on bot mention a trigger. Let me put on bot mention, okay, and then I have to stop with that first. And then the next thing I want to do, I want to add in like the AI agent, which is going to be like taking input from the Slack trigger, and then it's going to be receiving that. We're going to come add here, then AI agent, and then we're going to work on that later. And then for the chat model, I want to use the OpenAI, one of the OpenAI models, chat models, and then I just come in that. Let me use GPT 4.0 mini, and then we'll be using that. And then for the memory and tool, I can leave that blank. And then for this endpoint, I want to add a Slack action, which is more like posting a message to the group. There are different kinds of action: creating a channel, get many channels. But I want to do a message action, send a message. So what you see right now is the very fact that we have like a workflow. This is a workflow, and so these different portions are called the nodes. This is a node, this is a node. So we have 4 nodes here. And then you see that this is a workflow because we have this trigger from the Slack, which push a sort of alerts to the AI agent to kind of relate to the chat model to bring in a response, and then it feeds that response back to Slack, which now posts the group into the channel or whatever place within Slack you want the message to go to. So you see that we've already made our workflow, and the next thing we have to do is to save. And after saving, what we have to do right now is to go and try and create a sort of Slack model, Slack application that helps us to integrate this. You want to first install your Slack application. If you have a Windows system, a Mac system, or a Linux system, you want to install that application. So I have a Mac. I'm going to come here, install it from the Mac, and I've already done that before, so I don't need to walk through that in my local system anymore. And then you install it, follow the instructions, create an account, and then after doing that, the next thing you want to do, you want to go to the Slack apps. You can put in API, Slack apps API, and then it takes you here. So you should also create an account here. And then after doing that, what you just want to do, you want to put I agree, and then you put in create a new application. So create a new application. So it's going to ask you for from manifest or from scratch. So you want to do from scratch, and then you want to give it a name. Let's put this channel OpenAI agent. Okay, and then workspace. So it's going to integrate with your Slack account. So I already have a workspace within my account which I have as Osasco Tech Team. You just have to click this on and then create an application. So it's going to take you here. So you don't need to tamper with any of all this. Don't need to copy any of all this. So you're all good here. But you need to come somewhere. You're going to come to this OAuth and permissions. So you want to do some editing work there. So for this OAuth and editions, you want to come down and work on this bot token scopes. You want to do some adjustments there. You want to add some capabilities here. So you're going to add this app mentions. So without all of this, you're not going to have your app doing what you expect it to do. So you want to add channels history, which gives the app the ability to read through the channel message history. And then you want to add also channels read. You also want to add in your chat writes, then files read, then files write. So all these are giving that your application the ability to do so much more. And then you also have this groups history, which we also want to include. So all of these are just giving it more capabilities. And so the next thing you want to do, you want to click this install to tech team. So you have to put this so you can enforce those changes you've made, and then you're gonna click allow, and then okay. So yeah, so the next thing we also want to do, we want to like put in this event subscription. There's some things we need to add in here, so we're gonna be toggling this from off to on, and then this request URL, we're going to be populating this field later, but for now the only thing we want to do here is just to come down here, subscribe to bot events, add user bot events. We're going to be adding app mentions, then another thing we're going to be adding here again is message.channels, and another one we want to add again is message.groups. So message.groups also gives you some extra capability, so I think we can just select it instead of typing the message. Okay, yep. So yep, that is sorted, and then we'll have to save changes. Okay, save changes. Okay. We are not able to save it until putting a URL here, but until we do that, we have to just leave this with it. So the next thing we want to do from here is, in case you don't have an OpenAI account, which allows you to be able to utilize one of the ChatGPT models through using your API keys, you just have to come to here, create an account with OpenAI as a developer, and then it enables you to create a new secret, and then you put in your project name. You have to create a project, and then you give it a name, and then you copy that secret. And then after copying that secret, you're going to come here, and then you click on this Open API, and then you're going to come here, connect to credentials. You can put create new credentials, and then you're going to put in the API key that you copied into this portion here. So that helps you to be able to access one of the ChatGPT models. So yeah, so after doing that, the next stage in the workflow would be to like create like the Slack, to work on the Slack trigger. So you could find out that we have to like connect to a Slack account, and then to do that, just simply come here, create new credentials, and then you're going to be coming here to paste the token you created from Slack, which you can get from this OAuth and permissions. From your OAuth and permissions, you come here, you copy this code here, copy this. After copying, copy, and then you come over and paste it. You come over and paste it here. Yep. Okay. And then you should see this green light come on. It should be like a green, yeah, credential successfully created. So you should see connection tested successfully. So that means that you've successfully been able to like connect to a new Slack account. So then the next thing you want to do, you want to choose, do you want to trigger when the bot is mentioned, or do you want to only trigger when, or want to trigger based on any event? Any event could be maybe somebody put a message on the Slack channel, maybe anything is going on, somebody uploads a file, different things are happening, it's going to get triggered. But if you only want it to be triggered when somebody calls it, which is what I'm going to enable here, it means that it's only when somebody within the channel calls specifically on the on the bot that this is gonna kind of get triggered and bring in a response. So from here, what you want to do here, you want to select a channel. So for doing that, just come. There was a little error, and so I failed to add in some other new OAuth scope. So to get this completed, just need to like add in this incoming webhook, then your groups read, your users read, and then after that you're gonna come over and reinstall again into the workspace that you have for your Slack application, and then it's gonna take you here again. Then it's gonna ask you to pick the channel where you want to apply this. So I think it's gonna take some time to load this. Add it as you want to add the channel, which gives the application the ability to work with that channel. So in this case, we want to use this first marketing campaign. So I call that the channel. So after you create a new channel, you can then now pick one of the channels you create, and then after picking it, then you click on allow, and then it now has that sorted out. And so yeah, and so after doing that, you can come back to your n8n workflow UI, and then you double click on the trigger, and then you select the Slack API we just integrated, and then you come down to channels to watch out for. It's going to give you a variety of channels, but you're going to pick the one that meets like your use case, which in this case is the first marketing campaign. So that is that, and then yeah, we're done with that, and then go back, and then you come to OpenAI. You've already selected, so let's select the latest OpenAI model. So let's use the ChatGPT 4.0, and then okay, all right, so we have that sorted out, and then yeah, so we want to the next thing we want to do now, we want to be able to like pick a response from the Slack, and then have the open chat model to work on it, and then get a response. So to do that, we just want to say execute previous node. It's going to give us anything. Okay, so I think it's waiting for a trigger. Then I think response text. Then I think add option. Okay, we're not working here. So yeah, let's check on this AI agent. So let's say okay, so let's say we want to like work on the text we get from the previous workflow, which is like the previous node, which is like the Slack trigger which sends in a message, and then you want to say respond to this, and then keep answers brief as possible, with simple to moderate vocabulary. So you want the response that the chat model would give back to you should just be like a short information from whatever the user brings in, and then after that it doesn't use very complex vocabulary. It's just like vocabularies that are like very easy to like relate to it, and then you just want to have that bit of instruction to guide your chat model in giving you the response. So you come to this prompt user message, and you're gonna do that there. Then after that, learning how to like expose the URL. So for this project, for testing it, we're going to be using this URL, but we have an issue with that because servers such as Slack cannot access this private URL to be able to extract the information from the n8n instance. So what we need to do, we need to use a tool to be able to expose this private host URL to the internet, so that the Slack server can be able to communicate with it. So to do that, there's this technology that they call ngroks. So ngroks is like the technology that helps you to be able to implement that. So just simply to install it, you just simply have to just taking some time to load, and we'll be here. Simply come here, copy this brew install ngrok. So you have to first go to the ngrok website where you get to install, where you get to first and foremost register your username, create an account, and then you're gonna get instructions on how to go ahead and install this. So you just come here, brew install ngrok, copy it to your terminal, and then you run it. I've already done it before, so no need to do that again. And then after that, you have to kind of like you have to like activate this for like your own user account. So everybody has like their own specific authorization token. So you're gonna place it together with your authorization token, and then you're gonna run this. And then for the next stage, after running this code with that has the authentication code, then the next thing you do is you just have to like copy this ngrok http 5678. So that 5678 talks about the port. So you go to where you have your n8n instance running. So once you see the port here, you copy it and come and this 5698 and you come and paste it here. So if yours is like 8080, you just have to copy that 8080 and come and put it here, and then you get to run that. And then when you do so, yeah, it's gonna produce a window that looks like this. I already have that initiated before, so it's gonna look like something like this. Yeah, so this is the new link that matches to my local host. So this is it here, and then I just have to copy this, and then I have to come to the Slack where I have the channel, and then I go to options, I'll put this to on, then you place it here. All right, so this is not like the ending of the job you have to do. You still have to paste something at the end. So you go back to your localhost page, you click this, and then you go to webhook. So you look at the test URL, and then you copy everything, and then you're gonna do some editing of the URL, everything up to the point of this 56978. You're gonna copy it away. And you're gonna copy it, copy this, and then you go back to your Slack address, and then under events or subscriptions, you toggle these events, and then you come back here and right slash, and then you paste it. Okay. Okay, and then you click on this retry. Okay, so I think they're having some issues. So okay, let's test step. Okay, it's listening. So you go back there and you verify it again. Click retry, and then yeah, verified. So you have to make sure that it's listening. Okay, so to do that, you click on save changes. Okay, all right, so we come back here, and then we look to tidy up everything. Okay, so then we'll copy everything, and you stop the trigger, and then we copy everything, then test workflow, and then we open up Slack. So we've already set the channel we want. Okay, let me double check that. Let me check if it's listening for the predefined channel that we set. So come here, and it's okay. So the first marketing campaign, so we're going to be initiating this call from the first marketing campaign. So come here to Slack application, and then this is the channel first marketing, and then let me call the chatbot at channel agent, OpenAI agent. Okay, how are you? And let me see if he's giving any response. Okay, then I'm gonna have to add it to the channel, so I'm gonna add that. So okay, so let me try initiating that again. How are you? Okay, so still waiting for the trigger. Okay, let me double check that everything is okay. Okay, let me see if I connect this back. So okay, all right, then message send to channel from list marketing. Okay, all right, so test workflow. Your new URL. I need to add like this new events, app mention, then message.channel, then message.group, okay, and then you have to click your save changes. So without this, you're gonna run into a whole lot of issues. All right, doing that, after doing the final edit on my Slack, I want to test the workflow. So let me just let me test the workflow. Click test the workflow. So waiting for triggers, and then come back to Slack and let me put something there. Hello. So this is gonna pick up something. So you see that it's already executing the workflow, it's already relating with the AI, and so we have run into some issue. So we're gonna debug issues we had. It said respond to this. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and put here. So let me remove that. Okay, let me remove that. So respond to this. I want to respond to this message. Just copy, place it there, and then test step. Okay, messages must contain the word using the format to use. Okay. Response format text. Okay, so I think that's gonna fix it. So let's test it again. Test workflow. No. Yep, so it executed it successfully. So let's see what gives us. Yeah, hello, how are you today? So we can see that the OpenAI agent has responded. So since we're still testing, we have to rerun this again if we want like a new response. So let me see, test workflow. So let me see, can you tell me the scores? Okay, I'm following soccer a lot, so I'm a huge soccer fan. So I know that Manchester City played Bournemouth today. So let me ask you what was the score line of Manchester City versus Bournemouth. So can you tell me the score line between Man City and Bournemouth? Bournemouth in the EPL today, and the goal scorers. Tell me the score line with today. Okay, so it's gonna give me like a response. It's gonna okay. I think we have some issues we need to debug. Okay, test workflow. Okay, yeah, sorry. Let me trigger this again. All right. Okay. Okay, can you tell me the score line? All right. Okay, this is not very accurate, but we got a response. Manchester City won 1-0 against Bournemouth today. Goal scorer. This was an old training data it used to give me this response. But you see that we're having a response from the OpenAI, and this is just directly from the Slack group. So yeah, so this is how we implemented this project, and there's so much you can do with this. There's a lot of nodes here. Let's click on okay, you see there are a whole lot of applications that use nodes which you can play around with for more. So maybe I'm going to be showing another video about how to maybe push code to GitHub, about how to do some other interesting stuff. So yeah, so this is the project, and you can just keep playing around, testing with more different workflows and executing them to see how it goes. So yep, thank you. Do like, subscribe, and leave questions, and if maybe you have recommendations for other YouTube content you want me to like produce, feel free to like drop that in the comment section, and also give me your general reviews also. Thank you.